Welcome to Spiritual Warfare Anonymous, where real people share real experiences with spiritual warfare. Spiritual warfare is very real, and it can affect ordinary people in ways they don't always understand. Our mission is to spread awareness, encourage discernment, and share stories that may help others recognize patterns and regain their power. If you'd like to share your experience battling spiritual warfare, send your story to the email address in the bio. Now let's get into today's story. She thought corporate America would be her breakthrough: a clean desk, a steady paycheck, a title that finally matched her ambition. But what she didn't expect was how expensive that dream would become. It started small: a promotion she didn't get, a meeting she wasn't invited to, a project that mysteriously disappeared from her credit. Then came the confusion. One manager would tell her to complete a task one way, only for another senior leader to later criticize her for doing exactly that. Emails contradicted meetings. Instructions changed without warning. Deadlines shifted without explanation. She started to feel like she was working inside a maze that moved every time she turned around. Her name was Maya, and at first she told herself it was just corporate culture: competitive, fast-paced, high pressure. But the energy didn't feel normal. It felt personal. There were coworkers who smiled in meetings but went silent when she spoke, conversations that stopped when she walked into rooms, small jokes about her overthinking or being too sensitive, always said in front of others so she couldn't respond without looking unstable. Then came the workload. Maya began working 60-plus-hour weeks trying to prove she belonged. She stayed late while others logged off. She answered emails at midnight. She skipped lunches. She worked through weekends just to stay ahead. But no matter how much she gave, it was never enough. It was like the goalpost kept moving, and slowly she started to change. She stopped laughing as much, stopped sleeping deeply, stopped feeling like herself. The workplace didn't just feel competitive anymore. It felt draining, heavy, almost like something in the environment was feeding off her exhaustion. At home, she tried to hide it, but her husband noticed first. The way she would sit in silence after work, staring at nothing. The way she jumped at small sounds. The way she started second-guessing everything she did, even simple conversations. "I feel like I'm losing my mind," she finally admitted one night. Her husband didn't hesitate. He told her something she wasn't expecting. "This job is breaking you." Maya wanted to argue, because she had worked so hard to get there. The degree, the networking, the late nights, the sacrifices. But deep down, she already knew something was wrong. At work, it escalated. She began noticing subtle hostility, emails with sharp tones disguised as professionalism, feedback sessions that felt more like attacks than guidance, supervisors who offered no real direction, only criticism. "You should already know this. This is unacceptable. We expected better from you." No solutions, no mentorship, just pressure. And beneath it all, a strange pattern. Every time she succeeded at something, the atmosphere shifted. People became colder, distant, like her progress disrupted something unspoken. She started feeling singled out, not officially, not on paper, but energetically, like she was being watched, evaluated, measured constantly in ways she couldn't see. During lunch breaks, instead of resting, she sat in her car with her hands shaking, trying to breathe through anxiety she couldn't explain. Her mind started racing. Did I miss something? Did I say something wrong? Are they talking about me? Even silence felt loaded. She began to suspect she was being undermined behind her back. Conversations stopped when she entered rooms. Laughter started when she left. Whether it was real or not, it didn't matter anymore, because it felt real to her, and that feeling became her reality. Then her health started declining. Constant fatigue, headaches, stress that lived in her body even on weekends. She couldn't fully relax anymore. One day, during a routine medical checkup, doctors found something that required further testing. A biopsy was recommended to rule out something serious. That word alone shattered her. It was serious. For the first time, Maya realized the job wasn't just affecting her mood, it was affecting her body. That night she broke down, and her husband made a decision. Enough. He told her to quit. Not tomorrow, not next month, now. "I don't care about the money," he said. "I care about you being alive in your own body again." It wasn't easy. Walking away felt like failure at first, like abandoning everything she worked for. But something inside her finally snapped into clarity. No title was worth this. No promotion was worth this. No salary increase was worth this level of suffering. So she resigned. And within days, something shifted. Her body felt lighter. Her mind quieted. Her sleep returned. The tension she didn't even realize she was carrying started dissolving. It was like stepping out of a room she didn't know was suffocating her until she finally got fresh air. At home, she and her husband began praying together every night, not out of fear, but out of gratitude, for peace, for clarity, for protection, for her life back. 2 weeks later, she returned for a follow-up appointment regarding the biopsy. She sat in the waiting room expecting uncertainty, bracing for the worst. But instead, the doctor walked in with an expression she didn't expect. Confused, then relieved. The results were normal. The previous concern had significantly improved and was no longer showing concerning signs. There was no explanation that fully matched the initial findings, just improvement. Maya sat there quietly, trying to process it. Not everything had an explanation she could see, but what she knew for sure was this. Something in her life had been destroying her from the inside out, and stepping away from it gave her space to heal. Later that night, she told her husband something she would never forget. "I thought I was chasing success," she said, "but I was losing myself." And her husband replied simply, "No job that breaks you is worth keeping." Maya never went back to that corporate world again, and she learned something that stayed with her long after. Sometimes the battle isn't just professional. Sometimes it's energetic, emotional, spiritual, and sometimes the strongest thing you can do in a world that demands your exhaustion is walk away and choose your peace instead. Thank you for spending this time with us here at Spiritual Warfare Anonymous. If this story resonated with you, helped you see patterns more clearly, or reminded you that you're not alone in your experiences, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a story. Remember, discernment is power, awareness is protection, and sometimes understanding what you're facing is the first step toward reclaiming your peace. If you have a spiritual warfare experience you'd like to share anonymously, send it to the email address in the bio. Your story could help someone else more than you know. Before we end this video, let's say a prayer of protection over everyone watching. May every spirit of fear, confusion, envy, negativity, and hidden darkness sent against your life be broken and removed. May your mind be protected, your home be covered, and your spirit be strengthened with peace, discernment, and clarity. May every evil intention directed toward you return powerless, and may no weapon formed against you prosper. Let your path be guided by light, wisdom, healing, and divine protection over you and your bloodline. And wherever you go, may peace walk with you and protection surround you always. Amen. Until next time.